Hello and welcome. Now, the grouping of files that we're looking at has two HTML files that we would be able to edit and change the HTML in. And these are going to be the files that we would be using on our website. For example, you'll see one that says index.html. You'll see another one that says thankyoupage.html. Now, in naming these files, we'll want to make sure that we keep the file called index.html exactly the way it is. What this allows us to do is to upload all of these files together and yet display what's on the index page. So for example, let's upload these files. And you'll see here that these files are uploaded. You'll see the folders, you'll see the index file, and the thank you page file. Now, if we were to go to this specific address, and we can find that address in FileZilla by right-clicking, we can then click copy URL to clipboard, and then we can go to the web. When we get to the web, we'll need to eliminate this folder that says public.html. And then we can hit enter. Now you'll notice here that this address says test and then it says index.html. Now we can hit enter and our page will then appear. Now the other thing that we can do is we can then take this file and we can delete it from our address so that all it'll show are the two directories. When we do that, we'll click test and you'll notice that the file actually stays the same or displays the same page. And that's because the index page is the one that displays what we're going to see in this folder. Now what would happen if we were to change the name of this file to something else? Let's say that we were to change this to salespage.html. And then we changed it here in our FTP to salespage.html. Now that we've changed it, we want to go back to the web and we're going to refresh our page. And we're going to hit F5 to refresh. And what you'll notice is that the page will no longer resolve. That's because what it's looking for is it's looking for the index.html file. In order to get the page to resolve again, we'll need to go back to our FTP. We'll need to edit the name of this file back to index. And then we'll need to refresh our page again. And we'll need to make sure to go back to the test directory. And now we will refresh our page. And then you'll notice that our page comes back. So the index file is what will appear in the directory. And we don't have to put the HTML extension on the end in order to get this page. However, if we want to show the thank you page, we will need to display the thank you page URL. So now what we'll need to do is we'll need to make sure that we make this part of the address that says thankyou-page.html. We'll need to make sure that that's visible in our address bar in order to display this page. And you'll notice that in order to display the page, we're showing this URL, the entire thing that says thankyou-page.html. We can name this page anything that we want. We need to make sure though that the index page is named exactly what we want it to be. So for example, let's go back to our FTP and we're going to rename this page thanks. And all we'll need to do is to go to rename. We're just going to now call this page thanks. Now we'll just need to make sure that when we go to the address bar that it's only going to resolve to thanks. So if we go back here and we change this to thanks and we put the .html extension, you'll notice then that the page resolves. If we were to use it like the index page and we were to take the HTML extension from the end, you'll notice then that the page will no longer resolve. So we'll need to make sure that when we want the page to resolve that we use the entire extension of the page. And you'll notice again that the address bar now says thanks.html and our page is resolving. So your page names are very important in determining what your visitor is going to see and in terms of the experience that you want them to have. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.